Awesome track there from a local talent, Stefan Jansen, called Wasting Time. Guys, yes, there is no better time than the present. And we're going to have a great conversation right now on Breakfast with myself and Stefan Jansen. Good morning to you, Stefan. How are you?
John, good in yourself.
Man, I am fantastic. Dank dat jy gevra het. Ek weet dit is 'n bietjie moeilik Engels en Afrikaans saam hierso. But I'm really looking forward to this conversation, man. And for our listeners out there who may not know anything about Stefan Jansen, please give us a brief introduction.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm as Afrikaans as can be. It'll show in my accent a little bit, but
lekker, man.
Very lekker. No, I grew up in a small town called Bronkhorstspruit, just a little bit east of Pretoria, and then I went to Pretoria to study an LLB. I got my degree. I'm actually a qualified lawyer, but I left that, or I gave it up for music and the Free Electric Band.
Wow.
So, I started making music full time in 2019, and that's when I really discovered my voice. I came to Europe. I'm actually sitting in the Netherlands right now on my first international official tour, and we just finished a beautiful weekend of shows. So the tour is well on its way. But it actually started in Europe when I came to Europe for the first time, and I started singing. Basically busking on the streets of Europe, and then I really discovered my identity and my voice, and I went back to South Africa, recorded my first few Afrikaans songs, and obviously then I ventured into the English songs with this release that we're talking about now. So also very excited to chat about
that. Is fantastic. Ek is baie bly om te hoor, want hierdie enkelsnit Wasting Time, hoe het dit alles gebeur vir jou? Waar het begin? Vertel ons 'n bietjie meer van die storie daarvan.
So Wasting Time is 'n interessante release, want ek het eintlik, toe ek nou teruggekom het van Europa af die eerste keer, het ek besef dat Afrikaans is my thing. Jy weet, dit is authentic, dis wie ek is, en dit word ook baie goed aanvaar hierso in Europa. En toe het ek eintlik teruggekom Suid-Afrika toe, en ek het my eerste 8 singles, is alles Afrikaans. En dit het beautiful vir my gewerk. My grootste song, Suikerbos, is Afrikaans, en hy staan al amper op 700,000 views op across platforms.
Brilliant.
En so dit Afrikaans is obviously working for me, maar ek het van so 2012 tot 2020 het ek Engelse songs geskryf. En ek het net gevoel, ek wil nie die songs agterlaat nie. There are songs that need to be released because there are messages that I want to spread and lessons that I want to share. So het ons besluit om die Wasting Time EP is 4 songs wat gekies is, so hand-selected out of omtrent 100 songs. Ek het besluit om hierdie 4 songs vry te stel, want these are the 4 most important messages that I wanted to put out there. En toe het ek die Wasting Time EP vrygestel, en Wasting Time, die single, is op 'n United States country playlist op Spotify geplaylist, en hy het soos in die eerste week 25,000 streams gekry in Amerika. So dis incredible. Ek het nie gedink dit gaan gebeur nie. Jy weet, daar's soveel nuwe adventures. Ek weet nog nie regtig hoe hierdie hele musiek ding werk nie, but it's a mush adventure.
No, I can imagine. I mean, Wasting Time, look, a fantastic song, first and foremost. We won't even, I can't say enough about it. It's been playlisted here on GQ Radio. It's on our auto playlist. It's been playlisted here on The Breakfast Show as well. And I wanted to give our listeners a bit more into where the song really came from. What time of your life were you actually writing the song, and what is the message behind it was?
Yeah, so this song is exactly 8 years old now. And I wrote it initially when I was in a relationship, and it was the weirdest thing. So this girl and I, we got along super well, and nothing was wrong. Really, nothing was wrong. But something wasn't right. It's a weird. Nothing was wrong, but I wasn't content. Something bothered me, and I try to be as unselfish as possible, literally in all avenues of my life. And while the relationship was actually quite comfortable and enjoyable, and we had fun and everything was fine, I felt like I felt for the sake of this girl, which is such a beautiful human, I felt for this girl that, because I have some doubt, I always measure, even if you're in a, even if it's just a relationship pre-marriage, or, you should always measure a relationship against would you want to marry this person? Because
Precisely.
if they're looking for that and you're not, then you might be wasting their time. So because
Correct.
I had this weird sense of doubt, I felt like I might be wasting this girl's time, and she definitely does not deserve that. And I thought about it long and hard, and I said to her, listen, this will come out of the blue, but I don't think we should be in this relationship, because while there's nothing wrong, I just can't feel relaxed. There's something that bothers me, and I would rather not waste her time. And it was the weirdest conversation to have, because she said to me, like, nothing is wrong. What's going on? And I said to her, yes, you're wrong. You're right. Nothing is wrong. But there's something that causes me doubt, and I don't know what it is. And for that reason, I don't want to waste your time. And the most beautiful thing happened a few years after that. It was about 6 years. Yeah, it was about 2 years ago.
Wow.
I ran into her, and I actually got a fright. I was busy sound checking for a gig, and someone tapped me on the shoulder from behind, and I turned around and it was her. And I was like, yeah, I saw you 6 years ago. We never spoke again, you know what? And she had the biggest, beautiful smile. And she said to me, yeah, we had a lot. I was almost late for the gig because we had like almost an hour chat right there. And she was married and she was happy and life was amazing.
Fantastic, man.
And I'm in a beautiful relationship. And we had the most beautiful discussion about what it took she actually thanked me for having the courage to go on that feeling and to not be selfish about, being in a relationship and enjoying the pros there are, and actually being unselfish in that sense, making a difficult decision to not waste her time and keeping her from her ultimate husband. And that was when I really realized, okay, that was what I really intended. I did not want to waste her time, and eventually that is what came through. And so Wasting Time was the song I wrote just after her and I broke up, and I said, we are wasting time, that's why. And at the end, it's such a beautiful story about following you're trusting your instincts and being unselfish and loving someone. It's literally one of those stereotypical situations where if you love someone enough, sometimes you have to let them go.
Let them go. Yeah.
And to me, it's just a beautiful all-around story. And the song has always resonated with me and a lot of my friends. Such a universal message. I just thought, it's the one. It's the song. That's why we made the single off the album as well.
And I'm so glad you actually mentioned all of that, because I feel that music today, it's very, how can I say, almost watered down in the emotion side of things. There's not always a message behind. It's a bit shallow. Exactly. There's not always a message out there that people sometimes actually just need to hear. Like your story now. That there is something that a lot of people don't realize in life, how short life is, and to spend your time with someone that not necessarily is bad for you. Like you said, there's nothing wrong with the relationship, but there's someone out there that really, my ouma het altyd gesê, dat elke pot is haar deksel. Jy weet? En sy was nie verkeerd geweest nie. But I mean, you got to go through the whole kitchen to find that right size pot. So fantastic story, fantastic story on that one. I mean, I really, really love those stories.
Thank you. I take pride in not being only a singer, but also a songwriter. And while on the one side in South Africa, I feel like we have to differentiate between Afrikaans and English music, because I actually have to give credit. While English music for me at the moment has more depth, lyrically, I feel like the English writers in our country actually are very much focused on what they're saying. There's not a stereotypical healthy economical market. Like, for example, if you take socky music in South Africa, and God bless them all, I come from a common family, we love socking, it's fine. You cannot tell 4 million South Africans they should stop socking. And if they're all coming together and they're having a good time, you're not allowed to judge or stop that. So I'm saying this from a place of love, and also I come from Bronkhorstspruit. We're as common as we go. So, but take socky music as an example. It's a healthy, economically supported kind of music. There's a lot of venues. They make money. And that causes people to end up in socky music for the wrong reasons. Because they know there's a recipe and they know they'll make money. Where, as opposed to that, in some English alternative bands or your musical acts in South Africa, there's actually no money involved. But the people still do it for the music. So I feel like
Yes.
there's more depth in English music in South Africa in general than in Afrikaans music, and
Mm.
I and it's quite sad because South African English music isn't supported as well as South African Afrikaans music. While Afrikaans
Mm.
music is very well supported, it does have a drawback, and that it comes with
Yes.
that, the shallowness of some of the lyrics. So,
Yeah.
but the nice thing about that is that you'll know that Afrikaans music only became popular amongst the youth in the last 30 years or so. In the
Yes.
90s or pre-90s, as a kid, you wouldn't want to listen to Guy Korsten. It was
Absolutely
just not
not.
cool. Yeah. And
Absolutely not.
so in the last few years, Afrikaans music has only penetrated the youth circles now.
Yeah.
And with that comes a bit of immaturity. And I think
Yeah.
we're growing out of that now, where the alternative, so the dance market is very healthy. Out of that
Yes.
came the alternative market, like Spoegwolf,
Yeah.
Polisiecar, Karen Zoid,
Yeah.
Valiant Swart, so all those bands are now, the alternative market is becoming really healthy. And then a step further from that, now the folk market is becoming healthy as well. So I think Afrikaans music is still reaching maturity, and with the maturity comes depth. So all things being said, I think we're on the right track. But it's something we have to be aware of. We have to stimulate depth. Growth in the depth of our lyrics. We have to remind ourselves that there is commercial music, and there's not necessarily commercial music, but lyrically driven theater music, for example. So I'm proud to say I'm part of the class of musicians that actually don't make money, but I support the movement that will help. It will help Afrikaans grow further and grow deeper.
Yeah.
And hopefully my name will stand in a history book one day and say this man died poor but with a smile on his face.
That's all you can. That's all we can ever wish for. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, fantastic, man. Yeah. Fantastic, Stefan. For those, obviously, music is your career at the moment, as you've mentioned before. What do you do for downtiming? Like, to step away from the music. What do you do for fun?
I build guitars. I build
the
guitar that the guitar that I perform on now is my own build. It's the first one, and it's actually a kind of a lockdown project. I've always wanted to build a guitar, and the time was just right. Obviously, during the pandemic, we had no shows, so I had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So two great things happened to me during the pandemic. First of all, because of all my time, I started writing my own songs for the first time.
Yeah.
Because I was so busy gigging in a cover band. We had a very successful cover band, but and I love cover songs. Some of my favorite performance songs are covers, but in the long term, you have to start investing in your own brand. So
absolutely,
I never had time. Literally never had the time. We were playing 5-6 shows a week, and that's a good business.
She says that's exceptionally well.
Yeah, so that's a good business. So why would you not focus on that? So I never took the time to start, taking downtime and just write my own music and take the time to make my own mistakes and learn from that and grow further. So the first thing is I started writing my own songs. And the second thing is that I built my own guitar. And it's a wonderful, wonderful instrument.
Man, absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely awesome.
I got an order or two now, so I'm officially an amateur guitar builder now. So I'm busy with my first guitar that I'm going to sell. And I actually got an order yesterday in Europe. I got an order yesterday from a girl here in the Netherlands. She said to me, what guitar is that? She wants to order one from me. So I'll start building it probably early next year. Yeah,
that is fantastic. What is the turnaround time? I mean, just out of interest, what is the turnaround time on one of those? How long does it take you to build one up from scratch?
At least 6 months. I actually checked. It took me no less than 350 hours to build my own guitar.
Yeah.
So it's not something you can rush. I actually don't put a turnaround time on my guitars. I also don't take deposits. I tell them, listen, if you want one, I'll put your name on a list. I will let you know when it's finished, because you want me to take my time. That is what you want. It's such fine woodwork. And especially when it comes to tuning the instrument at the end, making the top resonant, you do want to take your time. It's not something that you can do quickly. So on average, it takes about 6 months, but it can go quicker. It can take longer. But my clients and I have a very special relationship. They know what it's about, and they're very happy to wait for the result, because it is the result.
Nah, absolutely. I mean, I totally agree with you on that one. Ons finale vraagie vir jou daar, Stefan. Jy weet, opkomende kunstenare, wat soort advies kan jy vir hulle gee nadat jy in die bedryf al vir 'n paar jaar is?
Ja, daai is die belangrikste vraag. Dankie vir dit, regtig. Dis eenvoudig. Dis eenvoudig om te verstaan, maar is moeilik om te doen.
Ja.
As ek vir jou nou sê, jy is 27 foute weg van imminent sukses. Hoe opgewonde sal jy wees om jou eerste fout te begin maak? As ek vir jou sê 27 foute van nou af, gaan jy baie suksesvol wees. Jy gaan actually opgewonde wees om daai eerste fout te maak, en die tweede fout, en die derde fout. So, let's get these mistakes out of the way. So, ek wil vir jou sê, die enigste manier om te groei is om foute te maak. Maar mense is bang vir foute. So, mense is bang om te probeer, want hulle is bang hulle maak foute. Veral creative people. Hulle is bang om foute te maak, want people will judge you. En die waarheid is, no one gives a damn. No one actually cares. Mense sal 10 liedjies van jou hoor, 9 van hulle is nie goed nie, 1 van hulle is goed. Hulle gaan jou net onthou vir die goeie een. Maar hulle gaan jou nie onthou vir die slegte liedjie nie. So, presies. So, die belangrikste advies en dit het my 30 jaar gevat voordat ek dit besef het. Gaan uit in die wêreld. Nommer 1, moet net nie invest in iets wat nie jy is nie. Be yourself, first of all. Be yourself, andersins is jy besig om niks te bou nie. You're busy building a house on the clouds, as jy nie yourself is nie. Be yourself, and go make as many mistakes as possible. Gaan maak al die foute, want foute vat jou vorentoe. Dit is soos afdraai paadjies. Okay, not there. Okay, not there. Okay, cool, not here. Okay, and eventually you'll come in the Kaap, and you say, wow, what a journey. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's the only way you grow.
Fantastic.
No one cares enough to judge you. Like, no one gives a damn. If you succeed, dan gee mense om. Dan sê hulle soos, wow, check hoeveel keer het jy al probeer en nou is hy succesvol. So, like, it's a weird thing to say, but jy moet onthou,
that's the truth.
Jy moet onthou dat mense nie regtig omgee nie. Soos niemand worry. In a beautiful way, your family loves you and your friend loves you, but no one else, you know, niemand worry nie. Maar if you strike it right, dan's almal soos, wow, this guy gave me something, and now I care about you because you gave me something. A last thing I want to say, I'm gonna close off with this one, but I got a gig last year in the Netherlands, and the guy said to me, okay, you know, how much do you want to earn for this gig? And I said to him, I don't care. I will play in anyways. You know, it was a South African braai event. There were 800 South African people. It was actually in Belgium. Yeah, so I said to the guy, listen, I'll play in anyways. I want to play for 800 South African people. I'm in, whatever, you can make me an offer, I'll play in anyways. And he said to me, okay, well, we only have 800 euros. So I laughed. And I said to him, okay, well, that's proper. 16,000 Rand. I said to him, okay, perfect. You know, I'll do it. And he actually apologized. He said to me, I'm sorry, we can't pay you enough, but I've got 800 euros. And I laughed. I said, it's fine, you know, try better next time, but I will. So I said to him, okay, I'll play the show. And he said to me, okay, how long are you willing to perform for 800 euros? And I said to him, dude, for 800 euros, I'll play 3 hours. I'll play 4 hours. And he looked at me, he said to me, oh, Lord, no. He said to me, have you ever listened to the same CD for 3 hours? Have you ever listened to one artist for 3 hours? No one does that. He said to me, and this is what I want to close off with. He looked me in the eye, he said to me, you know what? I'll give you 800 euros and I'll give you 45 minutes. What I want from you is something that I can remember tomorrow. Just give me something that I can remember. Give me something that I can tell my friends about. Just give me something. 45 minutes. That's all. Just give me something to remember. And that's what I want to say goodbye with. And that's what I'm trying to do with my career. And that's what everyone should strive for. That little bit of depth, that little bit of identity, that little bit of uniqueness. Just go out there and give something you know, you have to enrich other people's lives. It's not about you.
Amen.
Surely
Amen
we have
to that.
something to say, but music and art is actually about
Yep.
giving the crowd something for them. And that's when
Yep.
people start supporting you. The support, you know, all musicians thank people for support and they need support and so forth.
Yep.
But the support actually starts from your side. You have to support people and then they'll start following you. But people actually latch onto you for you know, but some people are not
True.
happy with their jobs and they're sitting in mundane day jobs and they're looking
Yep.
to you to make them interesting, to give their life something to talk
Yep.
about. The support actually starts from the musician, and that's what musicians forget. You are a servant of the people. Give them something and they will follow you. You know, if you're religious, whether it's Muhammad or Jesus Christ, they gave the people something and the people followed them. Remember that.
Wow.
If you want to be a musician or a prophet or whatever, give something and the people will follow you. Don't just go out there and be yourself and ask people to support you. Give first and foremost.
As
and
much
then
as you can.
receive.
Wow, man.
Exactly.
Stefan Jansen, you've been an absolute legend, my man. Thank you so much for being on the show. Really, really good.
Thanks for the chat, John. And thank you from everyone from GQ. You guys are just loved. Absolutely, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Ali luisteraars, love, love, love. From the Netherlands.
Baie dankie, man. Lekker, lekker. Guys, there we have it. Stefan Jansen. What a fantastic artist, man. And really, really much love from us here in SA while he is in Holland as well, doing his thing. You know, and available on all digital platforms, obviously, and social media. Last thing there, Stefan. What's your social media handles?
Yes, Stefan Jansen Music. Stefan with an F, proper Afrikaans.
Yep.
Yeah, Stefan Jansen Music on all platforms. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Yeah, Stefan Jansen Music.
Perfect, man. Bless you, my man. Have a great one further.
Lekker, lekker. Thank you so much.